SheBah, my dear friend, Rebbe Shalom Klein, is offering us his hand to take us on a remarkable journey in search of the lost princess. The Lost Princess Initiative. And why should we even bother looking? The Kedushas Levi, in Pashas Toldais, we see that we're surrounded by Midas Hadin. There are difficulties, there are challenges. The be'emes biskasi hu toiv. Rebbe Yitzchak tells us, the Bedichva tells us that be'emes, of course, biskasia, in a very deep and hidden and mysterious way, everything is good. Because everything Hashem does is only for our good. And deep inside of us, we believe in that. There's a Torah from the Bedichva Shlusi Aleinu for Shavuos, for Megillah Shavuos, where the Tzaddik asks, why is it that we learn Megillah Shavuos on the Yontiv of Shavuos? And everybody knows that one of the reasons is because Megillah Shavuos tells us the Yichus of David HaMelech. It ends with those amazing words, V'yishai hoiled as David. V'yishai hoiled as David. So, still the question is, what's the connection between that and Shavuos, and the Yontiv of Shavuos, the birth of David Malka Moshiach? So the answer the Bedichva gives is as follows. One of the principles of our faith is to believe in Moshiach, not only to believe in him, but to long for Moshiach, to long for salvation, to believe that in the end everything is good and Moshiach will come. But the Bedichva asks, how could a person long for something if you never experienced it? If you didn't taste a certain food, you could think that it's great, you heard that it's fantastic, you heard there's something special about, a spare rib. But if you never had one, then you can't really long for it. You never had it, you never tasted it. So how is it possible for a Jew to long for redemption? How is it possible for us to long for Moshiach, to want Moshiach to come? If he's never been here, or you've never tasted that, what does it mean to long for something that you don't know? So the Bedichva says, we did taste it. We tasted it on Shavuos. That together with the cheesecake, we tasted on Shavuos a taste of the end, of redemption, of Hashem's absolute ultimate good, that's biskasia, that's so hidden. Because on that Shavuos, back then by Har Sinai, Hashem opened up the heavens. At the HaRav, and we saw, and it was clear to us. And ever since then, even though on the surface of things, there's oinshim, there's punishments, and there's din, and there's difficulties, deep inside, we're longing for that again, for that Ata HaRav das. So we learn Davke by the Yontiv of Shavuos. We learn about the birth of David HaMelech, because on the Yontiv of Shavuos we first tasted of David HaMelech. We first tasted of that deepest truth of redemption. We first tasted of that deepest reality of Hashem Elokim, of Anochi Hashem Elokecha. And because of that, we haven't stopped longing for Moshiach. Yishakenim and Nishiko's Piyu, to be kissed again with that kiss of Hashem's loving kindness. It's never left us, that memory. So I'll tell you a story about the Bedichva. It was once the night of the Seder, and the custom was that all of the children and grandchildren asked Manishtana, and it came to the Bedichva's turn to ask the 4 kashas, and he wasn't talking, he had his head on the table, and they didn't know what was wrong. He wasn't speaking. Finally he lifted up his head and he said, Rebbe Shalom, you think that I have 4 questions? I have 4,000 questions, and they're much harder than the one in the Haggadah. I would begin with the question of why is it that wonderful woman down the block, Rivka, why is it that her husband suddenly passed away in the marketplace last week and left her with 7 children, I would ask that question. I have thousands of questions to ask, not 4. Strong questions. And everybody was sitting back in the Moshiach. And then the Berditchev said, but Rebbe Shalom, I'm not going to ask any of those questions. If you could answer me just one. Rebbe Shalom, just help me to know and help me to feel and help me to believe with all of my heart that all that we've been going through and all that Rivka's gone through and all that's been happening, it's all because of your love. It's all Lamanch, it's all for your sake. It's all for that final day when ultimately everything and all your good will be revealed. If I believe in that, if I'm strong in that, if you help me with that, I don't need any answers to the other questions. I'm okay. I'm okay. That's a taste of Moshiach. To hear Hashem in a mysterious way answering that question, that everything is really good. And we're going to see the good in a very, very clear and revealed way. It should be soon. It should be soon. With the appearance of Moshiach Tzidkeinu, I want to wish each and every one of you a lechtig in Yontiv. I'm so excited about this initiative. Let's join together with Rabbi Yaakov Shalom. Let's continue on looking for the princess that we once saw, but she's been missing from our lives, and we're trying to get her back. We're trying to find her because we know that it's good. We know that we can get her. So let's search for it together.